When a heart has hardened, can it feel the sting? Or does it just sit through the battle and not feel a thing? When a heart has hardened, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's seen enough. So shutting off might just be the only move it had. Yeah. You put down the pen, you put down the paper. Writing the song, it ain't gonna save you from falling apart. I'm falling apart. I promised the moon in one conversation. Run for the hills, I'll run till you hate me, letting it wash away and leaving with a calloused heart. When a heart has hardened, it doesn't mean it doesn't care. It just means that it's lost a few, and losing you might just be something the heart is scared of. And when a heart has armor, it doesn't mean that it's safe. It just means that it's seen some shit, and tunnel vision might just be the only way to escape, yeah. So put down the pen and put down the paper, 'cause writing the song, it ain't gonna save you from falling apart. I'm falling apart. I promised the moon in one conversation. Run for the hills and run till you hate me, letting it wash away and bleeding with a calloused heart. Whoa, heart, yeah. Oh, hey. You want to explain, you try to blend the pain, but pain can only hurt who it belongs to. So put down the pen and put down the paper, 'cause writing the song, it ain't gonna save you from falling apart. I'm falling apart, yeah, yeah. Promise the moon in one conversation, and run for the hills, I'll run till you hate me, letting it wash away and bleeding with a calloused heart. Heart, heart, hey, heart, heart, heart. Do not adjust your screen. It's beautiful ball. Drew Gasparini here, and I'm here to say welcome to this edition of Drew Gasparini's New Voices in association with the Ferguson Center for the Arts down in Newport News, Virginia. Shout out to Lori, Christy, Bruce, and Paul. Thanks for helping us out, as we always do every month. The last Thursday of every month, you can catch this online virtual concert series where I get the great honor and privilege of introducing some amazing new songwriting voices to you, the globe. Today is an immaculate, amazing, unstoppably talented person. Her name is Rozie Baker, and this is a really special edition of this series for me personally, because I've known Rozie since she was but a wee little tree sprite. She was 14 years old when we met. She did a workshop of a show I was writing called Make Me Bad. And since then, she has gone on to do tremendous things on stage as a performer, behind the scenes as a director, a songwriter, and film scoring. She is so unstoppably talented. I can't wait for you guys to see her set. She's so unique and lives in a category all by herself. I've been a big fan ever since she started sending me and sharing with me some of her songs. You're going to love her. Let's get started with a few stuff of my own. This song is from the musical I'm working on called it's kind of a funny story. I'm co-writing it with my writing partner and best friend, Tony nominee Alex Brightman. We're writing it for Universal. We got a workshop coming up this fall. We've been in the works with this project for a long time, and I'm really excited to share this new song for you guys. It's called Waiting to Land. Check it out. Take a look at Manhattan, sitting right where I left her. I remember the pace, I remember the pulse, I remember the sounds. Now when I look at that skyline, it used to seem so much bigger, like I could reach out and touch her, like I could look her in the eye. What do you do when the world you knew is somehow far away? You're never sure if you're okay. I never wanted to fly. I took a leap 'cause I was sure I was running out of ground. No, I'm looking down at the skyscraper, and I'm bleeding out and no one hears a sound. And I know that contemplating jumping is something you might understand, but take it from me, 'cause I took that leap in a matter of speaking. I'm just waiting to land. It's a cute type of torment, one you kind of get used to. Staring back through a window, a whole life on an island floating further away. This is not a vacation. No one's getting a postcard. No, in fact, no one has their ticket for the flight back home. What can you do? Well, the new is somehow far away. Never sure if you're okay. And I wanted to fly. I took a leap 'cause I was sure I was running out of ground. No, I'm looking down at the skyscrapers, and I'm screaming out, but no one hears a sound. Sometimes the days are good, you're living and you're thrilled, you're finally doing it, until you think of ways to ruin it. Oh, I never wanted to fly. I took a leap 'cause I was sure I was running out of ground. Down at the skyscrapers, and I'm shouting now, but no one hears a sound. And I know that contemplating jumping is something you might understand. The same goes for me, 'cause I took that leap in a matter of speaking. I'm just waiting to land. waiting to land. Oh, now that's a song. More from me, and then more from Rozie right after this. Drew Gasparini's New Voices. Here we go. This is a brand new song. Literally, I think I just finished it 4 seconds ago. It's called Watch My Tone. I've been humming this to myself for like a year, and then I just decided to write some lyrics to it. And it goes a little something like this. Stick around for Rozie right after this, folks. I better watch my tone. I better watch my tone. I tried my hand at explaining, now you're complaining. Might be best to watch my tone. I better sit back down. Sit my cute ass right down. Sit back and patiently wait with a smile on my face. A gift to get a sit back down. Right when we just find a balance, that's when you walk away. Right you change the channel because you're afraid. I never give it so much time to something. If you could only know, I have so much to say. I better watch my tone. I better look my best. I better look my best. I've been surrounded, I'm drowning deep down in the sound of you saying to look my best. And right when we just find a balance, that's when you walk away. Right when we get to the best part, you change the channel because you're afraid. I never give it so much time to something. If you had only known, I have so much to say. I better watch my tone. I better watch my tone. I better watch my tone. I tried my hand at explaining, now you're complaining. Might be best to watch my tone. I tried my hand at explaining, now you're complaining. Might be best to watch my tone. And that's gonna be it for me today, you guys. Hope you enjoyed these new tunes. Now stick around. Rozie Baker is coming up right now. And make sure to tune in for our chat following her set. This is Drew Gasparini's New Voices. Rozie Baker right now.
Smoking long as he keeps burning me down to the end. I'd let you lie to me if they were lies I believe. You better try harder, boy, I deserve more than what you're selling me. To think of the water I've wasted, to think of how often he's left me dehydrated. the morning. Don't call me by a name you call a friend. If you're sleeping in my bed, you don't get to play pretend. He may as well quit smoking long as he keeps burning me down to the end. The hurt stay. I slept on the floor and gave it my room. I kept the wound open in case there was anything in me that you could still use. Maybe it poisons my system, but taking up smoking's the closest I'll get to him. Oh, don't act all innocent. My roommate counts how many times she sees you in the morning. Don't call me by a name you call a friend. If you're sleeping in my bed, you don't get to play pretend. No, he may as well quit smoking long as he keeps burning me down to the end. Unsteady the longer I stay in the dark. I'm feeling so empty without you around me. I need you to keep me from falling apart. You light up another, I can't help but wonder if I'm just a fix till your next cigarette. Toxic and tempting, but this ain't the ending till I see how much I can get. So let's stay intertwined, fingertips on my spine. I'm losing my mind, we're losing the spark. The longer I stay in the dark. Quit smoking long as he keeps. I painted this room when you left me. It happened so fast, I stayed under the plastic, so you'd be the last one who touched me. You'd be the last one who touched me. But we agreed to turn it off if we both felt it again. It was easy then, but even when I thought that I'd washed away all of you, I still can't get rid of your residue. Tell me, did I leave traces on? Of you only too. Turn on the water and scrub off my essence. Maybe your fingerprints found a way under my skin. Is it a sin if I want them to stay? I'd follow you down the drain anyway. I tried to drown you and I was the one who suffocated. I tried to smoke you out, but my lungs couldn't take it. Is this what you're going through? Am I doing this to you? Are you strong enough to scrape off my residue? Did I leave traces on you? I still find myself finding little bits of you everywhere in my hair, even on my skin. Wondering if you're finding what I left behind. Take what's mine, don't you mind? I practically gave it to you anyway. I gave it all away. I'm saturated with this blind infatuation. Can't help but wonder if we're caught in the same undertow. Quarter to 3, and you hold the door open for me. Couldn't I have made it just a little bit harder to go? Will you leave me if I called you in the morning? Would it scare you away like the last one and the one before him? Will you need me if I called you in the morning? Would I get radio silence again? All I'm getting is stay, and it's making me mad. I needed to see you again, even if just for one more night. You were my heroine. I was always for the saving. And as I lay back, you found your way back into my blood. Will you hear me if I called you in the morning? Oh, will it scare you away like the last one or the one before him? Will you need me if I called you in the morning? Would I get radio silence again? Will you leave me when the sun comes, when she interrupts and our time's done? Will you know me when I'm out of frame? If you heard my name, would you come running? Will you leave me when the sun comes, when she interrupts and our time's done? Do you hear me? 'Cause I'm screaming. Sink your teeth in, I won't feel it. Will you leave me if I called you in the morning? like I'm losing track of time. I don't even care right now, but maybe that's fine. You weren't even there that day, I was waiting on you. I wondered if you were aware that day was the last straw for me, and I know I sent you flowers. Did you even care? You ran the shower and left them by the stairs. I thought you had your shit together, but damn, I was wrong. You ain't nothing but a lost cause, and this ain't nothing like it once was. I know you think you're such an outlaw, but you got no job. This ain't nothing but a lost cause. This ain't nothing like it once was. I know you think you're such an outlaw. I used to think you were sharp, but maybe you just had nothing on your mind. Maybe you were thinking about yourself all the time. I used to wish you were mine, but that was way before I realized someone like you would always be so easy to find. So easy. Easy. Gave me no flowers, guess I didn't care. You'd be gone for hours, could be anywhere. Thought you would have grown eventually, but you proved me wrong. You ain't nothing but a lost cause, and this ain't nothing like it once was. I know you think you're such an outlaw, but you got no job. You ain't nothing but a lost cause, and this ain't nothing like it once was. I know you think you're such an outlaw, but you got no job. think I'd rather let it eat me alive. Kept it in a pill behind my teeth in case I ever got bitten, hoping I'd be brave enough to take the bite. While the skin was still delicate. When did you get so unkind? I hate it when you change your mind. I wish I had changed your mind. I had changed your mind. I loved a boy in Boston who won't recall my name. He lives in a one-bedroom now with a girl who fits him well. I saw that he would cook for her and savor her on film. Back when I first met him, he was just a kid like me. But I was never in the right place when I needed to be. He listened to my music once, he told me so himself. For that whole night I smiled as I walked down Commonwealth. When I got back I leaned against my door like on a movie set. He listened to my music once and only once, I bet. But knowing that he listened made me want to write again. Years ago I talked with him at a basement show. I tend to make much more of things than other folks I know. But for a moment in a crowded room he spoke of me and him. That moment in a crowded room became our requiem. And I was never in the right place at the right time again. Oh, ooh, I loved a boy in Boston I never even knew. But in my head and heart I made him look so beautiful. But I think I know deep down, even if I got to know him now, I wouldn't love him like I love the version I made up. I loved a boy in Boston, he won't recall my name. He lives in a one-bedroom now with a girl who fits him well. Happiness for him looks like coffee, fur, and her on film. I think he's in his right place, so I can wait for mine. All right. I remember he called me the night he got wasted. He wasted those 4 months that he had stayed sober. Midnight on New Year's, I shut off my phone and I missed the call he made 2 hours after. A liquor-soaked sermon, a renegade pastor. I remember the cold, all we had was a winter, but I always wanted to know him in summer. So throw back another and sweeten the rim for the boy who's forgotten, who helped him recover. A dark red stained his name that night, the color of forbidden wine, and the parts of him I know were mine were forgotten and erased. But it's hard to say if I'll ever get rid of the aftertaste. Here's to the scholars who warned me in hindsight, 'cause maybe I didn't say no when I should have. Let people wonder how long he fed off me and ask why I didn't let go when I could have. A dark red stained his name that night, and the color of forbidden wine, and the parts of him I know were mine were forgotten and erased. But it's hard to say if I'll ever get rid of the aftertaste. I can't accuse you of wasting my time if I gave it willingly, decked it with lilies and silver and clover, and handed it over, yours for the taking. Isn't it funny that I gifted you something you didn't want from me?
My God.
It's
I don't even know what to
honestly
say. I honestly don't even know what to say. I was so moved by so much of that like my feelings are still kind of like finding their way back into the bucket that they belong into right now.
I was gonna say I didn't really end that set on a cool. Now let's chat note.
No, you left us on a nice like, huh? Kind of note, which I really, really like.
That's all I really aspire to do.
No,
Is
it's
leave
perfect.
people
I
on a
have so many
black-
things that, first of all, Rozie, holy crap. Hi.
Hi.
Do you know something? You want to know a fun fact, everybody listening at home?
Always.
Rozie Baker was the first out of my apartment experience that I had during the pandemic when in New York you were visiting for a minute right when things were like starting to open up a little bit. You were my very first pandemic drink. Did you know that?
I think I didn't know that. I was just so happy that you were alive. That
Yeah, I mean,
you
I'm happy we were both
out.
alive and we were carrying on. But like I just
Yeah.
clocked that as I was watching this. I was like, man, the last time I really like hung with Rozie. I mean, you came to my house over Christmas and dropped off a bottle of alcohol, which I always appreciate.
That was awesome.
That was a great. But that time prior was the first time I had like human interaction outside of my apartment, and that is why I was maybe feeling the feels a little more. I was like, you now represent something to me that is so impactful beyond the arts. There's like an internal thing that I have in my brain now that I relate to you. Rozie, let's chat.
Let's chat. Let's do it.
I wrote down a few things to talk about.
Oh no! Awesome.
Yeah, I got notes. I have notes. That first song, are we for sure going to use that first song? Because no, really, your set, we were texting and we were messaging during the set, and it's just universally, I feel like if anybody just listened to all of those songs, what was it, 7 songs, 8 songs? How many did you do there?
Seven
songs. That was like a full scope, like a full spectrum of sound and vibe and emotions and all that kind of stuff. I think you are such a tremendous songwriter, and I think it is because, and I've known you, like I said, in my little douchebag set here in my bedroom where I didn't have a spaceship. We don't all get spaceships, Rozie.
All right.
Some of us have to.
Spaceship.
Some of us have to work within the confines of our bedroom. Anyway.
Yeah, but you named your song "My Cute Ass," or you're going to, and I did.
I'm going to name that song My Cute Ass because of you.
Thank you.
The reason, might I just say, the reason I think that you are such a, I want to call you an adhesive writer. I feel like whatever you write is people are going to stick to it right away because you're using language that really, really speaks to any human person who's experienced any part of the human condition. Rozie, you're an actor. You're a performer, an actor. Mm-hmm. You're a writer. You're also a director. I've also seen you in all these fields, which is amazing. I think you have the most amazing head to be a producer, whether that be the business side of things in a movie theater world, or if you're producing tracks and making your own music, which I believe you're starting to do.
I'm attempting it.
You're attempting it.
Early stages of the process.
Well, whatever you're pumping out is exciting and fun. I'm thinking that the reason that you're such a connected writer is because you encompass this over all umbrella-ing artist hat that you wear. You really just kind of conquer each field so well. It is so mind-blowing to me because I'd never direct. I'd never even want to direct. But I love that you have the gumption and the eye and the vision and all that. And you can hear your vision in your songs. My question, I guess, which is a really interesting thing from writer to writer to ask is like, where do you write from? You know what I mean? Is all your own personal experience? No, I mean, like, yeah, I'm sure. From myself personally, the toilet, always, exclusively.
Cool. Okay, toilet, spaceship.
No, but seriously, like, where do you write from? Because you write stuff that can, like, that last song, for instance, just kind of stab me right in the heart, and the one before that as well. You're so close to so many guttural, emotive type things, and then you have Residue and that cigarette. What's the cigarette song? What's it called?
The cigarette song. Down to the End is the cigarette song.
Down to the end. Sorry, the cigarette song. Parentheses, the cigarette.
Yeah, I like that.
You have such badassery behind you as well. And then if you meet this human person, which I've had the pleasure of knowing you for many, many, many years, you're just surprising. Where do you write from?
I think a tree spray. I liked that introduction. I feel like it's nice to hear that you think it's all encompassing, because I feel like I have 3 ways of writing, and it's fuck you, ouch, or let me just put a knife straight into your heart, I'm really sad. And
okay, it's like vengeance sad.
Like those last 3 sad. Like those last 3 I wrote this past year, more or less. I think you heard the very last one when I did it with you at Rockwood a few years ago. But I haven't put it out because it's so far in the other direction from what everything else is. Because everything else right now that I have out is basically like fuck you, but in a powerful way. A powerful woman power suit fuck you. Blazer.
We love a power suit fuck you.
Yeah, they're all power suit fuck you. But these last 3 are like, ooh, ouch. And I was never very comfortable writing like that. And I wanted to put them in the set specifically because I feel like you handed me a really wonderful opportunity to do something with what I've been working on this past year, whereas I've just kind of been incubating and sitting alone in my room or with my awesome producer Noah, just like in the studio working on this, not showing any of it. And it's so foreign to me, and it's so abstract seeming because I've always had trouble writing from a place of just sadness. And I think
it's not even sadness though. It's just genuine. Like you just happen to be sad. If these were happy songs, they'd be just as impactful because of where it's coming from. That's
definitely not happy songs.
Obviously, what do I know? But like that's what I pick up. I understand the idea of it being really vulnerable to put yourself out there that way. But can I ask you a question? You say the stuff that you have out there right now is a little bit of this like badass, the parentheses cigarette song and Residue and things like that have this like grit to it. And you're kind of making it sound like that's what's out there. So these other songs don't belong in the same like multiverse as these songs, but they do. They're so you and they're so genuine. And just because the vibe isn't exactly the same doesn't mean they can't live in that same world. Not even on camera anymore. I'm just screaming at you.
You always scream at me. This is what I expected.
I only have one volume, but
I know.
Honestly, it needs to be out there, I think, and I think anybody who just heard this set would say the same thing. Get the rest of that stuff out there, and I know you're working toward doing that. Am I correct?
I've been peer pressured by enough people at work and in my friend circle out here to
you hear that, kids? Peer pressure still works. Drink,
works,
smoke your cigarettes. Do your drugs.
To the cigarette song only while you're
only the cigarette song.
I think it's been kind of I'm proud of them. I think that my songwriting, like my lyric writing, has grown in this last year, just kind of sitting alone by myself. And I feel like I now I'm getting, this is a therapy session now. Everyone's
great.
just intrigued.
Everybody wants to listen to this. I hope everybody listens. This is great.
Me too. Me too. I think I did want to establish the vibe. I feel like artists that I admire establish themselves, and then later on they're like, hey, I can also do this as well. And I feel like that's the direction I might like to go in, but I'm not out of my fuck you power suit phase yet. And the other ones that I'm proud of, I am going to release. I'm just not going to release under my name and kind of see what happens. And a little Ziggy Stardust moment if I can. Yes. And I think it would be kind of like an interesting experiment too, because nowadays everyone has a TikTok that they're advertising their music with, and they have I don't know, just they have this social media presence. And I think it must have been so cool to be an artist in a time where that wasn't a thing, which I will never know and have not known. And just, just like spreading mixtapes and CDs and physical copies and Even though we have Spotify and Apple Music and iTunes now to make that easier, I kind of would love to see if I just put them out there, see what happens. Old fashioned, no social media presence, false name, alias, but I don't want to just kind of lock them away on my computer. I think I'm happy with them and I want them out, but I don't need them to be promotional material, I think. And they're so vulnerable that I don't need my name on them. I just, except all you guys know, so don't
now
tell
we all
anyone.
know this. I mean, the secret is out for those of you paying attention.
Yeah, there's a lot of
my next question kind of comes off of what you just said. You're gonna have this alter ego, I guess. You know, an alias is a better way to say it, I suppose.
It's a fancy word.
I think that, you know, I listed all those things that you've done so well, and you're still so good at all these other like aspects in your life. And I remember a little while ago you were talking about getting interested in like film scoring, and I could see you really kicking ass in that department, because I hear the music when you write a song, I hear the world you're creating within that song. I think film scoring is a great move, but when I say move, I should really say a great addition to everything you're doing. When you look at yourself as a songwriter, are you really qualifying yourself as an artist like Taylor Swift or someone like that? Or, not that I'm comparing your stuff to her stuff at all, I'm just picking an artist we can all click with. Or are you trying to be this super duper multi-hyphenate thing and continue to spin all those plates? No right or wrong answer. I'm just so curious.
There's definitely no right or wrong answer. I don't know the answer to this question. I feel like a lot of people attribute, you know, like being a jack of all trades and like kind of dipping your toe in a bunch of different pools as like, okay, well, you'll never master all of those. You'll be like fine at all of them. But if you're splitting your attention, how great are you ever going to get at one? And I feel like that's just a risk to take, but I've never been able to commit to one of those things. I keep changing my mind. No, I keep adding things on is what I keep adding things on.
But can I just say this out loud? Like, honest to God, like, even if this is your way of trying things and not mastering them, you are better at all these things than most people who stick to one and try to make the one happen.
I need to put you on my salary as my hype man, because I'm not paying you anything right now.
You can't afford me, honestly. I get paid huge dollars now because of my amazing career. So you can't afford me, but
got you.
I just think you're so.
Everything. It's for the love of the game. I feel like, you know, in a lot of interviews, artists say like, you know, like, oh, I love to write music for my fans. Like it's all for the people. And I think something that's beautiful about any type of artistry in any field is that there's going to be hundreds of people, if they listen to it, who will relate and who will reach out and be like, I've had those same feelings when you thought you were alone. And that's beautiful that people can relate and that art can help people in these ways. But also, big part of why I'm doing it is because it helps me. And if it helps me get through my shit and become a better person, then I'm a better person for the world. So, you know, if that's my therapy, then that's the.
Are you listening, kids? Are you listening right now? God damn it. It's like, honest to God, I'll say this too. By the time you were like 15 or 16, I think I was like already looking up to you. There's like something about your approach to, and the excitement. You're consistently excited about participating in the things that you're creating, in the things that you get to help create. I think that is a really alluring sign of a strong artist. I am just so into everything you do, Rozie, front and back, top to bottom. I will always be a fan on top of being a friend, but like you really are something that blows my mind consistently. Every new song, I'm just like, how? I have to write 1 billion bad ones. You do, but we like to do a nice song exchange from time to time, which is a common person, is it? A common denominator between a lot of, not all of them, but many of the new voices artists we've had they are people that I've chosen not because I see them blowing up on TikTok or because they're doing this or doing that. It's because they're genuinely someone who is creating something that I think the world needs to hear. And I get the privilege of getting these texts back and forth with the likes of you or a Noel Carey or a Heath Saunders or any of these other people we had. It's really, really a joy.
Voice
to get
effects,
to
the pinnacle.
curate this and see your evolution as an artist. Yes, those the voice memo texts,
The pinnacle
like
effect.
that's gold. That's like having the Smithsonian in my pocket at all times.
Oh yeah,
having
it's
those little.
the best advancement of technology of our time.
I
Without a
am
doubt.
so very impressed with you. I want to just say one last thing before we thank everybody. First of all, do you want to give we got a little shout out in the credits, but do you want to give a personal
Yes.
shout out to your crew here? Because you had a
Please,
production.
God, can I? Oh my
Please.
God. Everyone who was involved in this project just absolutely brought it. And like I was saying, like I was gonna just kind of set up a tripod and I was gonna have like a real like, all right, hey, it's So Far the Sounds. We're in the bedroom and these are my musics. And then I was like, this is a great opportunity to work with the friends I've wanted to work with for a year who are badass at what they do and I know will
Yeah.
do their job much better than I could attempt to do their job. And like it's a great opportunity to work with friends. And okay, Mia Doyen who was working the camera, videographer, editor. I've been an admirer of her work since college. She's worked with a bunch of my friends and I've never gotten to work with her until now. And it was so amazing. We got everything in like 1 or 2 takes. She was just constantly
Amazing.
moving around. Her arms are just like buff by now. That was a workout. My band, Garrett Hall on drums. It was also my first time playing with him. Garrett has been a friend for many years, and I'm finally now getting to play drums with him, and so brought it. It was fantastic. Such good energy from him.
Yes.
Gray Trainer on the guitar actually also played guitar for Residue, like the version that's on Spotify and everything. And he wrote that
Amazing.
solo that he played. Absolutely blows my mind every single time. I tried to lean on him during Lost Cause. It didn't work very well, but it's okay. Live shit happens. Jamie Hamburg did all of the sound engineering, the mixing, the mastering, which is a dark art that I do not understand. And I owe him my life at this point because he made it all sound fantastic. And Amy Vance on vocals. Like, she's so cool. And I've been like fan of hers for a while now. And we're friends now, which feels cool, which feels very cool.
Love that.
I
love that.
Can't get much cooler than that. And I have been such a fan of her voice and I've never gotten to sing with her. And just last minute, she was down to do it. And I can't wait to keep working with all of these people. I'm so grateful for all their help. Hire them.
Yeah.
Be
Hire
their
them, everybody. I'm not kidding. Rosie, when we're done here, send me the contact info for the person who shot and put together your piece, please, because I want to maybe approach them with a project. And maybe you want to get involved too. So we'll talk after this.
Connections!
We love it. That's what happens here at Drew Gasparini's New Voices. Everybody gets connected. Before we bounce, Rosie, I just ask real first, where can everybody find the music that is out there and the music that will be coming out? Where can they find it? We already know, but just tell the folks.
Well, Drew, everyone can find my music on Spotify and Apple Music and iTunes. And listen, I'm pretty bad at Twitter and Facebook, but I got an Instagram, and I use Instagram all the time, and I'll post about it on Instagram.
She's on that Instagram. What's your Instagram handle, Rosie?
My Instagram handle is my name. Somehow I got my own name, Rozie Baker. That's it.
Boom. That's the one.
Boom.
Go follow Rosie on Instagram. Never mind those other apps because she ain't on them. But follow her on Instagram and trust that the music's out there. We don't need TikTok to tell us who's good. Seek it out, folks. Seek out Rozie Baker. Seek her out. My last question for you, Rosie. 5 years from now, what do you want to have accomplished? The reason I'm asking you this question is as daunting as that might sound, and this is, again, not a right or wrong answer. You are a jack of all trades and have mastered many of these trades. You have your heart on the stage. I've seen you perform. You have your heart in your writing. I've heard you write. You have your heart in your vision as a director. Do you want to have a show under your belt? Do you want to have an album under your belt? What are the things you want to see happen for you?
Honestly, I've loved my time writing music and in Boston, and I've managed to get by in Los Angeles where I never thought I would. I love writing. I'd love to keep writing, but I feel like the farther I am away from New York and the longer I'm away from theater, like in-person live theater, the more my heart just aches for it. And I can't wait to go back home. In 5 years I will be back in New York by then. At some point in between then, there's just, I love film scoring. I love bringing the magic into a movie at the very end and kind of tying everything all together. But there's something that live theater has that just nothing else does, where everything's in the moment. You're experiencing it with the audience. It's new every night. In any facet, on the stage, directing, behind the scenes, I want to be back there. I will have an album out under this alias by that time, and I'll be curious to see where that project is in 5 years. And I think honestly, just it's been so rewarding finally understanding how to collaborate with people and co-write. I was so bad at co-writing in college. I wish I had started earlier. And now that I have, it is so rewarding and beautiful to just, it's like it's having a baby with people like every day. You're like, oh, this is what our kid would look like. That's what it is. It's so cool.
Yeah.
No one told me. Now I know.
So many babies, a lot of babies.
Just to have a lot of song children in 5 years.
A lot of song children. Well, Rozie,
I think we should end the call.
I want to see where you start playing live shows again, because I think you are exceptional live, because shit, that's your voice. I mean, what we just heard tonight, that's how you fucking sound. Sorry for the cursing. I told Bruce I wouldn't swear. There was an F comment, Bruce.
Oh, I already broke that promise. I'm sorry.
We broke it a long time ago. They broke it when they asked me to do this. Anyway, I can't wait to see you back on stage performing your stuff, and I can't wait to see you back in or behind the scenes or whatever when it comes to live theater. Karate Kid coming to Broadway next year.
Yeah.
Pay attention, folks.
Hey, I can't wait to see you again.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I just want to say a special big fat thanks to Bruce Bronstein, Mr. Paul, Mrs. Lori, and Miss Christie at the Ferguson Center for the Arts. That's who we partner with, these Gasparini's New Voices. Always tune in the last Thursday of each month. You get a new artist, and it's my great privilege to bring these artists to you, the listener and viewer. And if you like what you hear in their sets, please follow up on their socials. Please go find their music on Spotify. Keep supporting them. Follow their journey, because it's just getting started, and it's going to be an amazing one. Rozie, you are a superhero, and I love you, and I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see you when I see you.
I love you too, Drew. I can't wait to see you. I'm going to be here next month. Just watch me. Just came from watching.
I'll see you next month.
Here next month.
Then I'll see you soon. All right, everybody. This is Drew Gasparini's New Voices. This is Rozie Baker. Pay attention to the artists you love. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next month.